Hey, you guys, welcome to our team Zoom. I am super excited about tonight. I am about to pass this off to Presidential Diamond Brittany Austin, who is going to take it away and interview our special guest. So let's listen.
Hey girl, hey, how's everybody doing? I am so excited to be on here, you guys. Literally, it's the last day of the month, and I am just so pumped for our special guest tonight. So Tavia and I are good friends. We actually met through our uplines that used to be in the business. They are no longer here, but that's actually how we met. When they left, we kind of connected and just, became super close. And this girl has become one of my best friends, and she is flipping amazing at this business. So, Tavia, girlfriend, you on here?
Yes, I'm here. Hey.
Guys, so like I said, this is Triple Diamond Tavia Foster, you guys. I am so pumped to have her on here. Her enrollments are insane. So all I'm saying is, if you do not have a pen and paper, you better go find some, because you are going to want to take all of the notes that she is about to throw at you, okay? So Tavia, girl, tell us a little bit about you, girlfriend.
Okay. Hi, guys. All right. So I am from Ohio. I've been in the business for 4.5 years. I'm a nurse practitioner by trade. And so I have 3 boys, and I'm going to be honest, I was broken 4.5 years ago. I was working 2 jobs, so a nurse triage job, and then I worked trauma. I was always on call. So guess what? When I got called, I would have to go in. And never saw my kids, never really had a savings. Like we didn't know what that was. Like we were just kind of living life, and, kid after kid, expense after expense. And we were kind of just going check to check. And I just remember thinking to myself, like, there's got to be more. There's just got to be more, because I cannot keep doing this. And the business really dropped into my lap. I was super skeptical. I didn't have social media, so I literally didn't have anything. I had no Facebook, no Instagram, nothing. I was completely unplugged. And I'm like, I don't even know how I'm going to work this business, but I decided to jump in. And I knew that if I wanted something that I never had, I was going to have to do something I'd never done. And I started to just grind. 6 months, we went diamond, earned a $10,000 bonus. And I would work this business, you guys, before I went in at 7 a.m. And after my kids went to bed. So it was really worked around my schedule, because that's all I could do. When I'm at the hospital, I really couldn't have my phone. So it was more kind of talking in person when I could, but really it was just working this business. And honestly, you guys, figuring out Facebook. Like now we look at Facebook and it's so old because now you have TikTok, but like I literally didn't even know how to use Facebook in general. So I was learning a whole bunch. But 6 months, we went diamond. It was amazing. I started to really think to myself, what would happen if I just like kept going? What would happen if I really just gave this some more time? And you guys, honestly, like that's just when it started to really skyrocket. And I started to really truly hone in on my brand and what that meant for me and what that looked like. And I just said, listen, I don't want to be a diamond anymore. I said it diamond, you guys, for maybe, I don't know, 13 months, I'd say 13 months. And it was like that roller coaster, up, down, up, down. You guys ever had that in your business where you're like, okay, people come, then people go. I'm rebuilding this ruby, rebuilding this emerald, and I felt like I could never just kind of get ahead. But we finally broke through. We went double diamond. My husband went diamond. And I was like, okay, all right, we can do this. Again, the roller coaster came back, and I was like, okay, here we go. Guys, I wasn't until double diamond that I started to really think about self-development. I didn't know what that was. No one told me about what it was. I didn't understand. I'm like, you want me to do what? Like, why do I have to do that? I don't read. I don't like reading books. So it was really a foreign thing to me. And then once I started to really self-develop that year, I realized how, I don't want to say a deficit, but kind of my leadership was. I really realized the reason that my team hadn't promoted is because I wasn't showing up as the leader they needed me to be. And so I really, truly gave that year of just pouring into myself and realizing that I can't keep pouring from an empty cup. And then, you guys, that was when we promoted to triple diamond and double diamond. And and now we're working on presidential. So it's exciting. So that's kind of the story.
That rocks my world. I did not realize you didn't have social media.
No, none.
See, guys, that's what I'm saying. You know, for myself personally, I had 300 Facebook friends when I got started in this business, and I thought that was like nothing. And really, in reality, it really is. But guys, can you imagine not knowing a thing about social media, not knowing a thing about Facebook, and hopping in and still being able to achieve the status, the rank of triple diamond? Like, how awesome is that?
Yeah.
All right, Tavia, I want to talk a little bit about your enrollments because I know that's what we're all curious about. Tell everybody how your month looks this month, and I want you to talk specifically about your loyal customer enrollments and distributor enrollments and how you bring those in consistently every single month.
Okay, so normally so the word mass, gosh, it's such a, I don't know, I think it's so subjective, right? When we say mass enrolling, what does that even mean? Does that mean more than steps to success? I don't know. But okay, so this month has been 10 distributors and 37 loyal customers. Last month I ended at I ended at 8 distributors and 42 customers. And the month before that, I had my highest this year so far at 64 customers, and I signed 14 distributors that month. So, is there a secret? I wish there was. I wish I could just give you like a handbook on what I do. Honestly, every single one of you probably do what I do. And I would say that the difference is maybe it's just not enough of it. Right? Maybe it's just that you're just not planting enough seeds. So do you want me to tell exactly like kind of how I, oh wait, I can't hear you. Oh wait, can you guys hear her? Wait, I can't hear you. Say that again.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, just talk a little bit about your enrollments, what you feel like really works for you, and just the ways that you feel like you're really gathering these prospects.
Okay. All right. So this is a couple things. What I would say is you have to get yourself out there. That's first and foremost, guys. You have to really push the envelope. And what I mean by that, it's not just like posting. It is posting because you need to be open for business, but it's also just like getting yourself out there in your face. Like it's doing your videos, it's doing opportunity Zooms, it's going live, it's going hands-free, it's being silly, it's doing all the things, it's getting on TikTok and making like hilarious videos and sharing them. It's kind of creating in a sense of culture. Okay, that's first thing. Now the second thing that I would say, like I really hone in on host to post, guys. Host to post is not dead. Host to post, you guys probably hear this a lot. It's not dead. And I know a lot of people will say that, host to post kind of comes and goes. I do believe that it can come in waves. There are months where it's on. There are months when it's off. When it's off, you just have to go harder. When it's on, y'all know when it's on because you're enrolling at a high rate. You're following up. You have tons of every single day I need to have follow-ups in my schedule book. So host to post is where it's at. You guys, I can share scripts. I don't care about that. But my host to post that I do, you guys, is TFX. It's how I've been doing that for months and months. It is the same thing. I don't change it up. If I change it up, it's like how many I ask for. So you know how it's like looking for 10 people, I'd be like looking for 9, looking for 8, looking for I'll change that up. But other than that, I change nothing, you guys. So TFX is what I go out for. And then I upsell. So upselling is, I guess, a trick, kind of. But you guys, you won't know until you ask. So a lot of the customers that I enroll, many are 30 BB, but they're usually like adding the energy and the cleanse. That's what I upsell, energy and cleanse. Elena, I did. Yes, Elena's on here. She's a new distributor 5 days in. But yeah, so it happens. So now I do sometimes do host to post for distributors. It just kind of depends. And I'm really strategic when I do distributors, guys. If you guys ever have those young people that are on your page, you're like, oh my gosh, you're super cute. I want to see what type of network you have. Guess what? I'm going to do a distributor host to post, right? And I don't delete any messages in Messenger. So if I go to Messenger and they're commented on a post and I message them, I can see the last post that I did. Normally I'll see a host post, and if I did TFX, I may change it up and I may do distributor. If I don't, or if it's been a while, like over a month, I'll stick with the same thing. And I'll send them a TFX one. Those are honestly the ones that I go back and forth with, but I usually don't do more than maybe 10 host to posts for distributors a month because I'm usually getting distributors off of the kind of the posting that I'm doing and follow up. You guys, the fortune is in the follow up. Whenever I have someone who has a host to post blow up, and when I say blow up, it's 5 or more comments, they get asked to be a distributor. I don't waste time. I ask them, hey, I can make money off all this, or we can make money off all this. Are you interested in making extra income? It's a very simple conversation. Yes, you've heard it before, but I do talk to everyone like they're my best friend. you would be surprised. I am not necessarily super outgoing, but when it comes to this business, I'll talk to anybody I need to talk to, right? So I get in voice messaging, you guys. Voice messaging is like, it's everything, because people hear your excitement. They have to know, A, you're real, then they want to be excited, and then they want to know what it's going to do for them. You have to answer those 3 questions if you want to emotionally connect. If you don't answer one of those 3 questions, you guys, more than likely, they're not going to join you. So you've got to figure out, okay, I need to make sure they know I'm real, get them super excited, and then I need to tell them what this is going to do for them, whether it's the product or whether it's the business. People think it's great to hear about you guys, but you guys, sometimes we do more talking about ourselves than we do talking about them. You guys have to flip that, and you have to make it about them. It's asking questions. It's finding out why they want to do this. What is it going to do for them? How are they going to feel? What is it going to look like? Because that's the best way that I feel like I make a connection very fast. So I don't know if that explains a little bit.
Yeah, I love that so much, you guys. So if you don't follow Tavia on Facebook, make sure you do so. I love watching her stories. She makes her like celery in her coffee every single morning. I love watching all that. And to be honest, you guys, it's going to give you guys the opportunity to see some of the things that she posts about. And that's what I love, is because she is funny. She does incorporate her family. She incorporates her husband. Her husband does lives with her. Not saying everyone's husband is going to do that, because anybody that knows me knows your girl's husband ain't hopping on here with us, okay? But do what's going to work for you. I feel like so often, Tavia, you may see the same thing with your team or just other people that you've mentored in the past. I feel like people want to sit behind this.
Yeah.
I feel like so often it's just, let me just text, let me just message, and not go live. And not, send out those voice messages, because ultimately people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And people want to hear that from you, not just see it in a script or something that's like, hey girl, I think you would be amazing at this. Your kids are so cute. Guys, people can read right through that. When I get messages like that from other people, I'm like, ugh, like it literally makes me cringe. And so when I am reaching out to people or I'm talking to people about the products and the opportunity, at the end of the day, you guys, the biggest thing that we can do is work on connecting. Drop the scripts, change things up, and make this about them and not just about you. So Tavia, love that so much. All right, so let's talk a little bit about host to post and like kind of what's working for you as far as that goes.
Okay, so what I would tip for you guys, if you don't have it, but download WordBoard. That has been a life changer for me. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like it's an app that you can change your keyboard, and it has folders, and you have all your scripts in there. It's genius. So like when I'm typing, I just tap that, my scripts come up, I send the script I want, and then I can go back to my keyboard. Like it's like it's a very fast thing. So if you don't have that, you need it. But it's WordBoard. And then I'm sorry, I think it's just for iPhones though. But so that's the first thing.
There is one for Android as well. Guys, if you're on my team, I think Heidi may know of one. We posted one on our team page the other day. So if you're on my team, comment in the chat below and tell us the one that you downloaded.
Yeah, tell us what it is, because I would love that, because I have some Android users. So that's the first thing. But I would say, like with host to post, you guys got to get organized. If you don't have an organization system, I'm going to tell you right now, if you're busting out some host to post, you're going to feel completely overwhelmed, because there are some that blow up and you're like, oh my gosh, like, and you're copying, it's just copy paste. So it's not like this is hard, you guys, but you do have to develop a system, because if you don't, the systems is what creates success. So you've got to develop a system of organization. So mine starts with WordBoard. When I'm going back and forth and I'm messaging people, they're not necessarily a hard potential for me until after I've had like my first script sent to them and they agree to the pricing. Once they agree to the pricing, they become a hot potential, and they either go in my message, like my calendar for a follow-up date, they order on the spot, or they become a host to post. Pretty much every single person that oh, there we go. Text panned. Okay. Cool. But pretty much everyone I talk to is turned into something. I didn't always do that, but I'm really getting in the habit of making sure that every single person I'm contacting or going like talking to is flipped into something. And that's it. And then I just have like, I have forms, I have sheets that I write names on, and then I save everything. So you guys, you know how to save to your collections on Facebook, create folders for the month for that host to post. That way you can go back and access it every day and see if someone else comments. If you guys don't know this, even though you're tagged in your host to post, if those of you that do tagging, you may miss comments. Not every like, I don't, for whatever reason, Facebook doesn't send notifications for every person that comments. So be sure you're going back and checking on them. I'll check on my host to post for 7 days straight, and then I move on. And then I'll do my next round. So I'm usually posting for host to post, you guys, about every 2 to 3 days. Once I get the amount of comments that I want, I turn off the privacy to me. And the reason why is because A, I probably haven't worked through the list because, you know, it takes a minute depending on how many comments you have. But B, I don't want it to flood my newsfeed if it's just status after status. So I usually will do that and just turn privacy to me. So that's another tip that I would say. But honestly, it's a numbers game. We've heard this. It is a numbers game. You just got to get out there and you just got to do. If you want to sign 5 customers, more than likely you have to get like 25 host to post up to have that ability to sign 5 customers. Same thing with distributors. But yeah, and the TFX is what I go for. So I can send you the scripts, Brittany, if you need those, which you might not.
I'm pretty sure I've got all those because I use a lot of the same ones. And my team does as well. Noel, I can send some of those to you. For me personally, you guys, I do hair, skin, and nails. I've signed 2 hair, skin, and nails customers tonight. I've got some pretty good hair, skin, and nails. I do some opportunity, and then the one Tavia gave me for TFX is absolutely banging. So definitely suggest that, guys. Change things up a little bit. That way everyone's not like posting 100% the same thing. But Tavia, really quick question. So I know there's kind of a lot of debate about if people actually tag the distributor in the host post or not tag. What works best for you?
I have them, okay, so I don't have them tag me in the actual post. I have them tag me in the comments. So like and I'm specific when I send like my verbiage to them. Once they comment on like my giveaway or whatever I'm doing, I'll message them and I'll say, all right, the final step is, you know, you just copy and paste this to your page and just tag me in the comments. And then I'll go ahead and confirm once I'm tagged. So they tag me as the comment, and then I'll like the comment, I'll reply and I'll say entered, and then I'll save it to collections right away. And then I move on to the next, and I keep going, and I make sure that I have them all saved at least, and then I'll go back through. So that's kind of what I do. I guess it's kind of a tag, but it's not directly tagged in the actual post.
Sorry, you guys, I keep forgetting to unmute myself. Another thing I like to do is make folders. Tavia, do you make folders for your host to post?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, guys, I'm telling you, if you are not organized in this business, Tavia, how many prospects will you lose?
Oh, so many. Oh, like a ton. It's actually kind of mind blowing.
I mean, you guys know follow up is key, but above all else, you guys, as well as follow up, organization is key. On our personal team page, Noelle may have the same thing as well as Tavia. We also have host to post templates that you guys can use to keep track of your host to post people that are host posting for you. So that way those customers do not fall through the cracks. So make sure you guys print some of those out. Guys, we're in quarantine, right? We're all in quarantine. We got a little bit of time for this mess, okay? Let's get organized during quarantine. I'm actually doing my closets tomorrow and some stuff with business. So let's all get organized, okay? All right, Tavia. This is what I'm pumped for.
Okay.
Guys, it's March 31st, right?
Yeah.
We're going to finish the month, and we're also, how we finish the month is how we're going to start April. So I want to know how you finish the month every single month and why it is so important to finish the month so you can run into the new month.
Okay, so in my head, come the 25th, like when like the last auto ships run, guys, like my brain's already thinking the next month. Now, I finished strong still, but the reason why is because I think so often we get so complacent. We think we start out the month really, really strong, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the month, you're like, oh, you know what, it's only the 10th, like, you know, I'll do my charts in 2 days, and then like the 15th comes and you're like, oh, I didn't do my charts. Okay. And then the 18th comes, you're like, well, I might as well wait for the 25th. And then the 25th comes, and then you like to kind of throw a Hail Mary at the end of the month. I'm going to tell you right now, typically no rank is ever achieved and maintained long-term in the last 5 to 6 days of the month. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. It doesn't happen. If it happens for that month, great, but I'm telling you, it's not sustainable. So why I think it's important to kind of end the month is really like what do they say? You play like you practice. So same thing, guys. At the end of the month, if you're not showing up, or if you've already given up because it's now the 31st, you didn't hit your goal, you're in your feelings, something happened, you didn't get your reload, whatever it looks like for you, if you're in those feelings and you enter into the next month like that, a new space, new month, new volume, new customers, new potential, then it just bleeds into everything that you're doing. So I honestly, like, you have to kind of it should be a steady thing, a steady effort the entire month, right? But we all know that that's not realistic for many of us. But honestly, the end of the month is massive momentum, and we act as if like the 31st or 30th hasn't come, and it's just, we just keep going. You just keep going with it. And so I think that's a huge struggle I think that a lot of people face is doing that and maintaining that, because it's crucial. It's crucial.
Well, and I think all of us as leaders, Tavia, I'm sure you can say the same thing, Noelle. I feel like so often, at the beginning of the month, it's like, all right, your girl, like people's like, your girl's filling out like 5-step success this month. And then you touch base with the distributors that had, Ruby promotions, Emerald promotions, Diamond promotions, and all of the things. That was their goal. And at the end of the month, they're like, I've only enrolled like 2 customers this month. And it's like, no, you know what I'm saying. You guys get where I'm coming from. So guys, like Tavia said, it is so important to stay consistent all month long. If you can't stay consistent and your go time is the 30th and 31st, you guys, you're never going to be able to, like Tavia said, hold those ranks. We're bringing those steady paychecks, just hitting it hard at the end of the month. Okay. Tavia, let's talk about something else real quick, and then we can see what kind of questions Noelle has. Guys, let's be honest. A lot of us are, we've had a lot of talk about the coronavirus and different things going on right now. And I want to touch base on that really quick. And just the fact that at the end of the day, you guys, that really, as crazy as it is, as crazy as life is for everybody, people still want these products. People still want this opportunity. Shout out to Alita Crow. She joined underneath Julie and Jamie on our team. Yesterday, she enrolled 9 loyal customers. She's been in 2 days, and she's in like the 400 club already.
You go, girl.
So, it's amazing. I'm so pumped for them. So all I'm saying, you guys, is people want these products. If you're sitting at home and you're telling yourself, oh my gosh, I just feel bad. I'm just not sure how to message these people. I don't know if they've got the money. I don't know if they've been laid off. Guys, people are bored. Can I tell you something? When people are saying that we're going to save money sitting at home, your girl ain't saving money sitting at home. I have been shopping online, and I have spent more money on food than I have, and I cannot tell you how long. People are going to still buy health products and weight loss products and stuff for their hair. And stuff for energy, and people want to make money while at home. So Tavia, let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, it's funny because our team has talked about that too multiple times. And listen, at the end of the day, you guys, tell me how many of you guys can comment in the chat. How many of you have received emails from every single retailer out there on all the specials and promotions they have going on in their stores for you to buy? Free shipping here, free shipping there, 50% off, 40% off, Kohl's Cash, all this stuff, you guys. Do you really think they're in their feelings about this coronavirus and don't want us to buy from them? It is no different. So those people that like to, get in their feelings whenever you're reaching out to them, talking about an opportunity or a product, you know what? It is what it is. Everyone is scared, and it's not coming from a place of personal attack. Remember that. It's not. It's coming from a place of just their own personal anxiety about the situation. It has nothing to do directly with you. So if you guys are taking that personal, that's where you guys are falling short. And so at the end of the day, this business is going to keep going on. You guys, have y'all noticed how fast the shipping has been? I have. I literally ordered my auto ship, and I think I got it 2 days. It was insane. And I paid for standard shipping. Okay. What I'm saying is, you guys, we have to remember that our company is showing up for us. They're showing up and they're showing out. Shipping has not been affected. We haven't had any back orders or shortages, because we could have during this time, you guys. And at the end of the day, if we're not continuing or trying to show up and keep going throughout this, then we're no better than everybody else that's boohoo crying on their newsfeed. Listen, people are out of jobs. Yes. Does it suck? Absolutely. It is not ideal for anyone. But at the end of the day, we're all still living and still able to breathe this air. And thank God all of us haven't come down with what this is. Or there's a lot of people that are losing their life over this. Okay. At the end of the day, this is very serious. Yes. But you guys have got to be the light and the positivity on your newsfeed. If you guys are not getting yourselves out there right now and talking about how you feel, saying you're praying for people, you're supporting people, reaching out to your loyal customers. I sent a message to all of my loyal customers saying, hey, I just want you to know I'm thinking about you. I'm saying prayers for you. I hope you and your family are safe. And I just want you to know how much, your support means to me and my family during this time. I don't even remember what else I said. But do you know how far that goes? You guys, in Connect, it takes 3 minutes to send that message. Like Brittany said earlier, people don't know how much you care until you actually start to show it. So at the end of the day, guys, be the light and stop being like the next Debbie Downer and in our feelings, because it doesn't do any of us any good if we're that way. It's not going to help you enroll. It's not going to help you promote. It's not going to help you reload. It's not going to help you lead your team. Okay. Because once negativity creeps its way in, what happens? It's like a plague. And everyone, all of a sudden, the devil starts attacking every single person. And I was telling someone earlier today that reached out to me, and I was like, listen, in silence, that's when we hear our thoughts even more. When we're in silence, so you best believe you need to start honing in on what it is that you're listening. What are you allowing yourself to hear in your head? What are you telling yourself? I posted something today about, like, I don't even know what I said. It was something about how, like, it was about my son. And it's like, you know, oh, you're never going to make it. You're never going to amount to anything. You're never going to be anything. Okay, yeah, is it never acceptable to say that to your kids? No, it's not. But why in the world do we say that to ourselves? Why are you guys so quick to get in your own little head and tell yourselves how unworthy you are for whatever reason and think that that's okay? It's not okay. And at the end of the day, no matter if COVID was happening or not, you guys have an opportunity to change someone's life with these products and with this business. It doesn't change now that COVID's here. In fact, it's actually even more essential that you guys get yourself out there, because once this passes, people are going to go crazy. They're going to go crazy with spending, with money, with weight loss, with wanting this, wanting that. They're not going to want to go back to work. Once they get a taste of what it's like to be at home, you best believe they can be up in your inbox, but they're going to be up in someone else's inbox because they're the ones that they saw consistently posting and showing up, except you, and you decided not to post and show up during this. So I guess the questions you got to ask yourself is really, how bad do you want it? You have to stop self-imposing and putting our thoughts out there for other people, because we don't know what people are thinking or wanting or feeling. We don't know that. So I guess that's what I would say.
That rocks my world, because guys, you know what? I say it to my team all the time. If you don't message them and sign them, I'll be dang, somebody else is going to.
Nope.
If you don't, Noelle will. If Noelle doesn't, Tavia will. And every single other person on here, if you guys don't enroll that little customer or that distributor, it opens up the door for someone else. So get out of your mind. Quit telling yourself that things are slow. Quit telling yourself that this year looks different. Quit telling yourself people aren't buying products. Quit telling yourself people don't want to work. Quit telling yourself all of these things. Because guys, I will tell you one thing. Our volume is up this month. We've had a crazy amount of distributor prospects. People, guys, I've enrolled a couple customers today for hair, skin, and nails, okay? I've had a great month with loyal customers. People want what we have. So quit telling yourself that because Corona is here, that things are different, because they're not. You're the one that's making it like that, okay? So, all right, let me see what question we have. Guys, if you got a question for Tavia, drop it in the comments. Okay, let's talk really quick, Tavia, before we hop off here, about DT conversations. Like, I feel like, you know, some people struggle with just having that conversation with the prospect distributor. You know, maybe talking about, you know, how do you explain what you do, and how does that conversation go, if that makes sense?
Okay, so I think the biggest thing with that is keeping it simple. I think so much we overcomplicate it. And even us that have been in the business for a long time, like, we even overcomplicate it sometimes, guys. Like, so I guess when I'm opening up a conversation, or let's say someone wants more info, like, about what I do. I mean, the infamous question is, well, what is it that you do? Honestly, like, I say a couple of different things. I never like to script this out, because when you're talking to a distributor, it is all about creating a relationship, okay? And I need it to be a long-lasting relationship, because they need to know that they're valued. So when I'm talking to someone, I may start the message out with a basic message, but then I immediately go to voice messaging, or I don't really go to FaceTime. It's usually just voice message. But I usually start with something just like, hey, girl, I'm so excited that you want info. I'm super, you know, I thank them for, like, commenting or, like, reaching out to me. And I just let them know, like, I get to make an income from my cell phone. I get to work this business from anywhere with my kids by my side, and I get to help other people get healthy and wealthy. Like, I don't really go into great detail. I don't say really well. I don't say it works in my first message. I don't talk about the products. I don't talk about the price. Sometimes I think what we do is we try to answer questions we think they're going to ask too prematurely. What happens is when you do that, then they're like a deer in headlights and they're like, okay, yeah, never mind, thank you. Or they'll like see it. You guys ever have someone see your message and then not respond and you're like, oh no, what did I say? You know, it happens a lot. And it's not necessarily that you're saying anything bad. You might just be saying it out of order. And you have to remember, you only answer the questions that they ask, and then you just go from there. But again, you got to keep it about them. I think that's my biggest tip. And that's just all I do. And I go back on voice message and back and forth. I'm like, oh, by the way, I hope it's okay that I'm voice messaging. I'm just so excited. I say it like, I do, like, you guys normally on this high energy anyway, but like, I'll even say like, I hope it's okay that I'm voice messaging. I'm just so freaking out. I'm super pumped to be able to work with you. I literally like put it out there. I already know in my head that more than likely they're going to be a part of my team. And I try to figure out what their pain points are. And that's why I make it about them. You guys, if you don't know what their pain points are, how are you going to tell them what they're going to get out of this? Right? So if I know that someone's struggling paying like their bills or their car note, or they just foreclose on their home, or they can't pay for their child's care, I need to know what their pain points are. Why are you interested in doing this? I ask that. And so when I know that, that's what I follow with then as far as my next message. And then in the meantime, as I'm working through a conversation, you guys, I try to figure out their personality. And this goes for customers maybe, and this goes for your newbies when you're onboarding, but this even goes, it starts way before. I like to know someone's personality, because there is a difference that I would speak differently to a red than I would a yellow. I would speak a little bit differently to a green than a blue. It's just how my brain operates. And I know that I'm super effective and I can pick up on exactly usually what personality they are when I'm having that conversation. The only way to do that is if you make it about them. So I think that's my biggest.
I love that so much. So guys, I want to tell you guys this really quick before we hop off here. I know Tavia and all of us, month end's crazy. But I know one of the biggest questions that we get is, or one of the biggest things people tell us is, I'm not a salesperson. Can you raise your hand? Do you ever get people to say, I'm not a salesperson?
Oh, okay.
Absolutely. So I'll tell you something that I really, really love. I think it was maybe Noelle and I were talking about this the other day. She had mentioned this to me and it just rocked my world. It got me really excited. And I've actually used this on my last couple of parties. So when we talk about, people ask us, like, you know, if we sell, what I've been saying is, first off, I don't sell, but I teach people how to find solutions to problems that everyone has. And that rocked my world. I was like, oh my God, that's amazing. Because guys, how often do you think people say, well, man, I need to make some more money, especially right now, people need to make more money, right? Or how do I get more energy? Or how do I lose weight? Or how do I get out of debt? How do I take vacations? How do I give back more? How can I be the yes mom? We teach people how to find solutions to problems that everyone has. That's what we do here. And we use our opportunity and our products to do that. And so
that's fantastic.
It's amazing. Like, I just was like, oh my gosh, that's the best thing that you can say to people. And we use our products and our opportunity to do that. Like so many others, the opportunity and the products have just been such a blessing to so many. And it could be the same to each and every one of you, regardless if you've been in the business 2 days or 8 years like myself. It can be a blessing, but it is up to you to get out there and to run and to change your family's life. Your upline can't do it. Your downline can't do it. Your sideline can't do it. It is up to you to get out there every single day and put in the work. Because I can promise you guys, you can't cheat the grind. You can't cheat the hustle. It knows how much you put into it. So get out there and do the work every single day. And if you do the work every single day, I can guarantee you by the end of April, we will be popping rubies and emeralds and diamonds and triples and all the way up to ambassador if you get out there and you stay consistent and you work every single day. So Tavia, girl, you got anything else to leave us with?
I don't think so, guys. Just finish strong. No.
Well, girl, you rock. Thank you so much for taking time out of month end to hop on with us, you guys. We will be back here next week. Noelle will have a special guest on for us. You guys will just hop on with us next week, and we'll see you then. Thanks again, Tavia.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. See ya.